Welcome back to Law and Crime. I'm Judge Ashley Wilcott, and I am introducing a very special segment today. We have with us John Phillips, who is an attorney in Florida, and I regret this is the reason we're having you on. We always appreciate attorneys coming on with their expertise, but you are joining us because there is a terrible case in Florida where there was an accident and there were 5 victims who were killed as a result of the accident. Tell us a little bit about what happened.
So Black Friday, November 23rd, 6 children between the ages of 16 and 24 were traveling home. There's the 5 victims who passed away, and they were just kind of minding their business, headed home, and at a separate time, separate place, a 21-year-old individual named Tanner Dashner was traveling, according to Florida Highway Patrol, about 97 miles an hour in a 30-mile-an-hour zone while intoxicated, and collided with their truck, and it erupted in colossal flames. There's video right there. Immediately trapping and killing 5, and a Good Samaritan pulled one of the kids out of the front passenger seat.
I mean, that is just horrific. So it's my understanding that there's not been an arrest in this case. Is that still the case? That is still the case. It's been 20 days. We had a press conference yesterday, the day before yesterday, at the steps of the state attorney, kind of compelling an arrest. Florida Highway Patrol said they've tendered everything they need to do for a warrant to be issued, but we don't have an arrest. I understand there's an investigation, but they've confirmed there's two forms of proof of intoxication. You have 97 miles an hour. You have everything you need. No fault. It was a rear-end accident. No fault of the victims. It begs the question is why, and we know his father was a prominent captain with the fire department in that town, and it's one of those small Florida towns, but we need to see justice. And so there's no question about who was driving the other vehicle, right? I know you mentioned toxicology reports. There's no one saying, hey, he wasn't actually driving, is there? No, that's not the defense. They actually took him to the hospital to get checked out because he had some level of injury as well. And so because of that, he wasn't subject to the field sobriety test people often hear of. And then the homicide unit got involved, and we understand prosecutors have a speedy trial. Defendants have the right to a speedy trial. I do criminal defense as well, but this is one that we feel there's a lot of evidence, and there's you've got an affluent family, a town that's had civil rights verdicts, civil rights abuses. And it just, this begs of, some level of civil right injustice. Yeah, so I'm just relieved that there is someone out there advocating for the family to really find justice, because I cannot imagine what a horrible thing to see and know family members were killed in that kind of accident. I mean, I just don't think it can get any worse than that. You can, and we have a photo where, minutes to hours before he got behind the wheel, we're told, he took a selfie with some friends and captioned it "sloshed." Things that we didn't kind of deal with growing up, that is some of the most inculpatory evidence you could have. So he did this intentionally, knowing he was intoxicated, and as I said, the crash report indicates 97 miles an hour in a 30-mile-an-hour zone, construction zone, and so it's just terribly tragic. And then to know these poor children died, and these families are spending Christmas money on funeral expenses. Yeah, it's awful. So what do you envision happening next? I know that you've asked for arrest and that you're very vocal in representing the family that you represent, but what's next? We're probably going to go ahead and file a civil suit and conduct some depositions on our own. In criminal cases, they have the right to issue warrants and get some subpoena power. We don't have that without a lawsuit in the civil world. So we certainly want to make sure that all the kids' social media went down immediately after this, and we want to make sure that's preserved and protected, because we
You know, he on his Twitter, it was hashtag party till I die in his profile. And again, it was on this evening, it was party until he killed 5 others.
Yeah, John, just a horrific case. Again, I'm sorry that's the reason you're joining us, but I really appreciate your taking your time and joining us at Law and Crime to tell us about this. And we're going to be all my thoughts and prayers to this family, all the families of the victims. I just can't even imagine, and hopeful that there will be justice in this case.
Well, thank you for all you and your network do to bring this to the forefront. It's really important.
Absolutely. Good luck. Thank you so much.